So a lot of you guys are wondering, what exactly is my team going to look like on day one, or how do I want my team to look like before I actually take them into a game in ranked seasons? Well, look no further because we have that information for you today. But if you're new here and enjoying today's content, make sure you hit that like button, that subscribe button. Don't forget to follow me on all social medias at Bhlademyst. Also turn on that notification bell and make sure you click on the channel, go to the community tab, and vote on what you want to see next. Now, when it comes to the catcher spot, and just to let you all know, I took my own advice and I have a Word document where I have every single player I want and I know exactly where they're at. I don't even need to look at the Word document right now, but you wouldn't know, of course. So, to start things off, I'm going to put my cap where I put him every single year. And it's going to be behind the dish, but instead of making him a power hitting cap like last year where his vision was too low to play on legend with, I'm going to make him a contact focused cap so his vision is high enough to play on legend with. So it's going to be contact and defense. Now at first base, to start things off at 150 program stars, I'm actually going to be picking up Adam Dunn and transferring him over to first base because having that power at first base is going to be phenomenal in my opinion, and it's definitely some pop I can't pass up on. Now second base is going to be a little bit longer for me to get Rogers Hornsby because he is the World Series reward, but when I do have him at second base, that is going to be my starting second baseman and most likely gonna be at second base for a while until he gets a better hitting card because he's one of my favorite second basemen to hit with overall. Now when we go over to third base, Chipper Jones is at the XP level, I believe it's 35. Not 100% sure there, but I believe it's 35 bronze, and you get to pick a gold, flashback, or legend hitter, and we're going with Chipper Jones because he always overperforms for me, and you can't go wrong with the switch hitting third baseman. Now at short, we're going to be having Barry Larkin at silver 1. To me, this is probably the best option you have at silver 1. He has a cheat code swing, great defense, great speed, and has power against left-handers and hits even better in terms of contact versus right-handers. Now, when we go to the outfield, left field, I'm going with Ken Griffey Jr. Now, I'm going to be obtaining one of these legacy rewards, and depending on how good of a fielder Ken Griffey Jr. is and Aaron Judge, I'm going to debate between the both of them, but because Aaron Judge and Bryce Harper already have a card in the game, I'm most likely going with Ken Griffey Jr. In center field, we're going to have Willie Mays. You guys know me. I'm a grinder. I'm a pump out a first inning conquest map, basically hitting rewards and guide off rip, and then right after that I'm doing the national conquest map, so make sure you stay tuned for that. And if you haven't hit that red subscribe button already, make sure you hit that red subscribe button for that. But we're gonna have Willie Mays most likely in center field. And then, last but not least, in right field, we're going to have Mickey Mantle to start things off with. Switch hitting right fielder. I see nothing wrong with that. It's going to get me basically used to his swing if he does have the same swing throughout all his cards. But nonetheless, it gets me to experience what it's like to play with the new legend. Now, on the bench, first batter off the bench, it's going to be Tim Tebow. Where do I get this Tim Tebow? It's going to be the starter conquest map. You go ahead and get someone with some nice pop. He's a platoon hitter, 81 power against right-handers. I think it's a little bit generous, but it will be fun to use. And if I hit a home run with him, I'll feel amazing. Now, since I am a content creator, I am also going to be buying 2 of these prospect packs. So I'm guaranteed to get at least 2 85 overalls. So if I'm guaranteed, let's say worst comes to worst, I have to pick up 2 85 overalls. Drew Waters would be on my bench. I'll debate on whether to put him to start out there in the outfield, of course, but I'm just putting him on my bench right now because everyone else, I already know that I for sure will have them. And then Alec, I'll also have him on the bench, but I'll debate between him and Chipper as well because he has some pretty good hitting stats. So if I'm not hitting too well with Chipper, then you know damn well Alec is going to go inside there. Now, what's going to fill up the rest of the 2 spots on the bench? Whatever we get from the Jumpstart pack. We're most likely going to get 2 gold hitters, and with that we will fill up the bench. I'm looking for maybe Juan Soto and Joey Gallo, and if I do get either of the 2, they're most likely going on the field, and we're replacing one of the starters and putting them on the bench. Now, of course, as well, let me not say that they will take up the 2 spots because we're opening up headliners as well. So if we get Jeff Bagwell, he'll most likely go on the bench. But being completely honest with you all, I might do a debut and then just sell off Jeff Bagwell. or I might keep him, but most likely selling him. Now, when it comes to the starting rotation, our ace is going to be Corey Kluber. We're going to pick him up, XP level 80. He is known to be, or we were told, he is basically the Clayton Kershaw, right-handed Clayton Kershaw of the XP Path reward program. So definitely going with him. And then who's going to be the second arm? It's going to be Roy Oswalt. At 300 program stars, I'm going to go ahead and pick up Roy Oswalt, and I'm most likely going to go ahead and sell him after I do his debut, since now we can pick the pitchers, thankfully. And then after that, when the prices all drop, I'll buy all three of them, and then I'll try to prestige Roy Oswalt because he's most likely staying in the starting rotation for a while. Now, third arm is going to be Alex Reyes. I remember pitching with this card and absolutely loving him, and now that pitching is going to be better in MLB The Show 20, I think that this is going to be one of the most underrated arms that are in the game. So that's our third arm right now. And then fourth is going to be Orel Hershiser. Now, how do we get this Orel Hershiser? It's XP level 25 bronze. You pick either a gold starting pitcher or a gold legend flashback star. It's basically the same thing. You pick one of the gold legends or flashbacks. Now he's going to be our fourth arm, and our fifth one is going to be our evolution card, which is going to be Dennis Eckersley. As soon as we evolve Dennis Eckersley, though, don't worry. You might be saying to yourself, well, if you evolve Dennis Eckersley, he's going to the bullpen. Who's going to be your fifth starter? Well, we'll have that Brett Saberhagen from Showdown, but since we'll most likely replace him instantly, we also have the option of picking up Mitch Keller from the prospect pack, because we are guaranteed an 85 overall diamond, so we can go a hitter and a starting pitcher. But if we don't even want to do that, another thing that we can go ahead and do is at XP level 65 bronze, you actually get to pick one of the starter diamonds again. So I'll pick between Glavine, Smoltz, or Maddox. I'll pick one of the three, whichever one has the best arsenal and I like their attributes the best. I'll go ahead and pick up, and I'll basically put them on the squad. Now, when it comes to the bullpen, there are 7 bullpen arms, 5 bench players. That's what I meant to say in the previous video. Our first bullpen arm, most likely going to be our closer. It's going to be Dennis Eckersley. Yes, he only has one off-speed pitch, but my next bullpen arm isn't really getting too better than that, because next up is going to be Mariano Rivera. We're picking him as our starter diamond, and we're going to be testing him out as an opener, and of course trying to close out a game with him as well, but probably not in his debut. In his debut, he's most likely going to be an opener, and to be honest, debuting Tim Tebow and Brett Saberhagen, and then Mickey Mantle and Mariano Rivera and my legacy reward, I most likely am going to be doing a friendly against my brother and my cousin. Now, those were 2 bullpen arms. Our third bullpen arm is going to come from XP level, I think it's 5. I'm almost positive it's 5. XP level 5, bronze. Well, it's silver or bronze, but it's a legend or flashback relief pitcher. We're going to get Rob Nen. Right after Rob Nen, we're going to go ahead and get Vita Blue. That's going to give us a lefty in the bullpen, which will be very much needed. And he has 2 off-speed pitches, which is also very much needed. And his hits per 9 and Ks per 9 aren't bad at all. With 41 stamina and pitcher's energy affecting this game this year, that's going to be crucial. And then last but not least, we're going to add another lefty. So that's going to be 2 lefties back-to-back, Vita Blue, John Franco. And that should give us, now we got Dennis Eckersley, Mariano Rivera, we got Rob Nen, Vita Blue, John Franco. That's 5 relievers. And then once again, going back to the Jumpstart pack, we will fill up the rest with whatever we got left. So who would I be going with from a gold? I would be going with someone like Ken Giles, who has a high probability of going diamond. I would be going with Liam Hendricks, and maybe even Roberto Osuna, because he is an ace in this game every single year. Now, of course, we also got to mention some outliers. So if we are able to pull Luis Robert, he's most likely going to be the starting center fielder over Willie Mays. That's just 100% the truth. Diamond hitting, diamond defense, 100% going to be starting over Willie Mays, especially if I spend $30K to get him. And then, of course, if we do pull the mid-round, we're going to be getting the 89 overall starting pitcher. Why? Well, actually, this is the high tier round as well, I believe. But we're going to be getting him. Well, I'm not sure. I think only Lewis is the high tier round. Regardless. What we're going to be doing is If that's the high tier round and we have to pick one of the two, we're going with Lewis. But if we have to take the starting pitcher because I can't take the catcher since my cap is going to be there, then we'll go with that starting pitcher that you guys just saw, and he most likely will replace the lowest overall diamond in our starting rotation. And then, since I do believe now that it's between Lewis and that starting pitcher, if we get the mid-tier round, we have Forrest to take. So we got options wherever we go. I have branched out an idea of how I want my team to look like for the beginning of the game and as I progress throughout the game, and I'm going to be doing my best to get my team to that as soon as possible so I can actually take them into ranked and do my best to actually compete. That's why I told you guys to basically get a Word document or notepad and branch it out, because it makes it easier, and then you know what your team is going to look like when you want to enter ranked seasons, unless you're going to buy money and then or buy stubs and then spend it all on packs, etc. But anyways, hope you all enjoyed today's video. Make sure you guys hit that like button, red subscribe button. Don't forget to follow me on all social medias at Bhlademyst, and I'll catch you all in the next one.